Safety first, wear your mask. Okay, now let's get into the video. Hey, what's up you guys, and welcome back to another video. If you're new, my name is Kanika, and today I'm taking you with me for one of what I would like to call my favorite things to do in the entire world, or a hobby you could also call it. I'm taking you with me to the grocery store. If you know me for even the slightest bit, you know that I go grocery shopping at least every other week, if not every week. So naturally, I had to take you guys with me on this escapade. Okay? If you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below and tell me what other videos you want to see in the future. And don't forget to subscribe, because if you've entered my kitchen, you might as well join the family. Okay? Now, let's get into Grocery Haul 2021. Let's go. If you know, I've been having almond milk for the longest time, and this one, or the raw one, is something that I generally go for. But I would say that I wanted to take a little break from it. This is the one that I've absolutely been loving at this moment. You need to check it out. This is the dangerous aisle. Generally, that you need to not look at, because it's all dangerous. Back from the grocery store, it's time to show you guys everything that I have bought. My grocery shopping generally consists of two things. Number one is I go to an actual store where you can get all of the processed stuff, and number two is the market where I get all of my greens from. These are all things that are an absolute must-have every time I go buy groceries. So let's get right into it. Let me show you guys exactly what my greens and fruits look like. I'm gonna start off with fruits. Strawberries obviously are in season, so that is something you'll find in my house currently. I also have blueberries. These you can find honestly in the market or around. Also, I really like making smoothies, so some of these things I just try to get and push into them. Then we have bananas. Now in my house, this is one of those things that gets eaten the fastest. We go through like dozens of bananas in a week. Everybody in my house loves them, and also I feel like because we use them so easily in stuff like smoothies and all, the stuff gets done really quickly. The other thing, and one of my absolute favorite fruits, is an avocado. I like having them on my toast, or sometimes even put them in my smoothies. They're a great source of fat. Then we have kiwis, another one of my favorite fruits to eat. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen some of my breakfast. I have been eating a lot of kiwis. Now let's get into some of the greens that I always buy. We have cherry tomatoes. Love, easy to put in salads and extremely tasty. We also have baby potatoes. This is great for like stuff that you want to make at the side. We've actually never bought these. This is the first time, but I'm pretty sure we're going to boil them and probably just spice them up. And I think that would make for a great side dish. Capsicums, another one of my favorite things to have in any kind of salads. Then we have sweet potatoes. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I absolutely love baking these bad boys. They make for amazing potato fries, and if you have not tried them, the recipe is on my Instagram. You want to go check it out. Then we have cucumbers, again another essential. The broccoli. This is actually such an underrated vegetable. It is so tasty if you actually boil them and put them in your salads. You can barely even tell. Then we have spinach. This is something that I genuinely don't like eating as a vegetable, but if you put this in my smoothies, I'm a-okay with it. They make for great green smoothies, and you can barely taste them. So the next thing that I have on here are mushrooms. This is a recent addition. Mushrooms are a great source of protein, and we've been loving just frying these on a pan and having them at the side with our eggs. Extremely nutrient dense, and would 100% recommend add to your shopping cart, like every time you go grocery shopping. And the last one is carrots, and this is something, I mean, I don't really like them when they are cooked, but they taste amazing just have as is. So when you are snacking, trying to search for something to eat and you don't know what to find, I love especially these longer carrots instead of those small ones. I prefer these. They're really sweet and they make for a great snack with some chaat masala on the side, and it's just love that for me. So yeah, that was, I think, all of the fresh produce that I buy. Other than this, the main groceries you want to keep in mind, my mom already gets from the grocery store. So the real vegetables, not my department. That's not the stuff that I go shopping for. So every time I go grocery shopping, this is the stuff that I eat and I know how to make, so I can get for myself. Now that we're done with the fresh produce, let me show you guys some of the processed stuff that I get from stores.
Welcome to today's lecture on how to read a nutrition label. Now, there are 5 things that you need to notice every time you pick up a bag of chips, soda, or chocolate. Point number 1, serving size. Now, your serving size basically tells you how much one should eat, but let's just face it, people like you and me don't need serving size. We're going to eat the whole bag because that's just how it works, okay? Serving size is just for understanding purposes. We don't pay much attention to it. Point number 2, calories. And I feel like this is one of the things that everybody takes very seriously. So let me just explain it to you. Your calorie is the basic amount of energy you get from a particular food. Now, everybody's requirement for calories is different, basis their age, size, physical activity, etc. So find out what your calorie intake is and then eat accordingly. And then point number 3, nutritional value. This is the main stuff. Now, when you check your nutrition label, there are 3 things that you need to be far away from. Saturated fats. Number 2, sodium. And number 3, added sugar. You want to try to get the least amount of these 3. You want to make sure that your added sugar is at the minimum value or does not exist. Your total sugar is what is of the real natural stuff. Added sugar is the glucose and the sucrose they add in order to make things a little more addictive. So stay away. Now, the 3 things in the nutrition label you want to get more of. Actually, there are a lot more, but the vitamins, the calcium, all of that stuff is the good stuff. Eat more of that. And lastly, point number 5, percentage daily value. That is the amount of nutrients that you get in your food per serving. So you want to make sure that every time you check your DV, anything above 20% is good and high, anything below 5% is a little too low. Okay, that's all. Now, get back into the video.
Now, in my house, something that you'll find a lot of, because it's so easy to cook, is pasta. So we're constantly trying new kinds of pastas, different flavors, stuff that is actually gluten-free because we're both gluten intolerant. I'm slowly trying to quit or at least reduce on the amount of chicken and meat that I consume. So I had got myself some black bean spaghetti. We're constantly experimenting with, if we like something, then we go and buy a second hand of it. But this is something that I wanted to try. We also have beetroot pasta. Now the Healthy Alternatives company is actually something that we always shop from. So I got myself some beetroot pasta and some spinach pasta. You may think, ew, beetroot pasta, you want something that tastes like beetroot, but in all honesty, you can barely taste some of these things. You already know that I am lactose intolerant, or at least I think I'm lactose intolerant. Just it doesn't do well with my stomach at all. And I was trying almond milk for a really long time. I had to switch between a couple because I couldn't figure which one I really liked. I tried the raw and the So Good almond milk, and now I've switched to lactose-free Amul. Really been liking it. So if you come to my fridge right now, you'll find so many of these. We can easily go through like 12 of these in a week. If you do feel like you have a slight irritation post having anything that is milk or dairy, you might want to try and switch and just see if this works out well for you. The other thing you'll always find in my kitchen is coconut oil. Now this is a new bottle that I bought, but generally we always have coconut oil. I've said this before in my kitchen essentials video, but there are just so many ways that you can use your coconut oil in your hair, on your skin, in your food. They're a great source of fat. So if you are trying to gain weight, just a little bit into your smoothies or just in your food in general works wonders. Yogurt. I have already shared this one with you guys. I have kind of stopped having Greek yogurt in the middle because I was so bored with it, and now I'm back on the train. If I do have anything yogurt-y, then I always go for the brand. I really like their stuff. It's something you'll find in my kitchen. Do I need to say anything? I think I do, and I feel like I've already expressed my love for oats. A couple of months ago, I overdosed on oats, so now I had taken a break and I feel like I'm back on it. I'm gonna start having my oats with strawberries. Another thing that I have been trying actually is gluten-free baking flour. I enjoy baking. I really enjoy baking, and I feel like regular flour contains a lot of gluten in it, and it does not work well for my stomach. So I tried to switch. This is the second time that I'm buying this guy. Loved it the first time, and I feel like I'm gonna start baking a whole lot more now that I have gluten-free flour. Now let's talk about coffee, because I feel like I wasn't a big coffee drinker. Now I've suddenly progressed into the coffee zone. I used to drink coffee rarely, only because I never found good milk to have it with. I think it's been over 2 years that I have been obsessed with double chocolate beanies. Coffee, if you are somebody that likes the smell of coffee and chocolate, this is beautiful. It smells. I actually have to shout out my ex-colleagues for recommending this one to me. Love it. Another thing you always find in my house is Davidoff. I don't drink it because I feel like it's a little too coffee-esque, but if I don't have this one, this is a good second alternative. Now, let's talk about ice cream and the good stuff, the things that we like. I have spoken about trying vegan, dairy-free ice cream a couple of weeks ago on Instagram, and I can successfully tell you I have found a brand that does it and does it well. I think it's pronounced No More. I have tried the sea salt caramel and the cookie dough flavor, and both have been great if you are looking for vegan ice cream or if you are lactose intolerant. And now let's talk about chocolates, and I feel like this is the only department where I have to sacrifice my stomach, because I literally cannot wait for them to start making vegan chocolates. I'm sure they do, but I've not found one. I couldn't even wait to film it. I opened it and I ate it and I love it. This one's the Hershey's Exotic Dark Raspberry flavor. That's my heart. And I've always told you guys that I love dark chocolate, so this is another thing you'll find in my house a lot. It's the Mason & Co. Lind is great too. This one's 70% dark chocolate, also sea salt. Okay. And now something that I feel like has become a recent addiction in my house. And that's a problem, because I'm like all health and fitness, and we can finish this in exactly 10 minutes. Okay, we get these brownie cottage. This one's the pure hot fudge. Amazing. Everybody in my house, I'm pretty sure, is currently addicted to it. Extremely tasty. I'm pretty sure not healthy, but I mean, it's fun. It's a little bit. It's the little joys in life that keep us going. This one is that for me. I feel like I need to show this because I have a lot of bread and toast, and jam and butter on toast. Jam and butter. Bread butter jam. I have a lot of bread butter jam, and this one's currently over, so I have the Mapro still regular jam. Now let's talk about chips. I feel like that is not something that I really struggle with, because I'm not a chips person. Like I don't love them, but there are people in my house that are really obsessed with Pringles. So we're trying to swap that out for healthier chips. They're just assorted veggie chips. They taste nothing like vegetables. It is deep fried, so I'm not going to say they're very healthy. Definitely gluten-free and healthier than having like Lay's or something. So if that's something that you're struggling with, this is also something I'm pretty sure you'll find at your local store. Naturally, I forgot to mention a few things, so I'm going to mention them here because they are essentials. Number one, we have eggs, especially on the days where I am binging on everything eggs. I've got to have eggs in my fridge. Also, they're great for baking, so why wouldn't you? Number 2 is all kinds of nuts and seeds. I have sunflower and pumpkin, almond and cashews. I have chia seeds, raisins, all that good stuff. It's always stocked in my house, and especially when they do get over, we get a whole bunch, so had to mention them in my grocery list. And number 3 is something that I have recently been liking, and that is coconut sugar. This is a great alternative to normal regular sugar and brown sugar. It's slightly of an healthier option, so if you have been trying to cut down on sugar, then I'm not sure what brand this is because we've removed the plastic and put it into a box. Now you can get back into the video. Let's talk about what getting this much groceries will cost you, because I feel like that is important to budget if you are somebody that is earning, trying to get into a healthier lifestyle and trying to purchase healthier things. This changes depending on the day and the stuff that I need to buy, but on an average 4,000 to 5,000 is what I spend on groceries every time I go shopping. Some of the things like the milk and the yogurt and the fruits you have to buy again because they get over, but all the other things will last me for about 3 to even sometimes 4 weeks. Like I said, I'm trying to reduce my meat intake, so I am not, generally I would have bought a whole bunch of processed meat stuff from the store. Trying to eat a little bit more plant-based and wholesome, nutrient-dense foods, so this is the best I can do. If your diet consists of a lot of processed foods, then I challenge you today to kind of reduce that a little bit, get a little bit more into the greens department. I know that I also used to live a very processed food life, and now I'm slowly trying to make the switch. Don't feel bad about eating sweet stuff, the chocolate stuff once in a while. Everything in moderation, as I always say. Wonderful. There are weeks where I'm absolutely not eating anything healthy and just binging on processed, non-healthy alternatives, and I feel like I'm aware of that, and it really doesn't matter. It's a new year, we're starting again. New year, better choices. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below and tell me if I missed out on something. And don't forget to subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video, and until then, bye. My ice cream has now melted. It's a health channel, I should not drink ice cream on this.